Uploading results files inside of Commit has a new feature. So under Meet Results, when you click Add Results, everything looks pretty much the same, except there's an additional step here, Confirm Swimmers. And I'm going to take you through and show you what that means. So just like you normally would do, you drag and drop files in. You continue on. We now have an explanation as to what mapping your team in the file does. Basically what it does is it tells Commit which swimmers in the file are yours. And so we go through and we're like, oh yeah, there's no team here. We are going to be Crimson Aquatics Andover for this example. And there. And now if you don't select a team, we also look at your roster and we see if there's anyone that matches the file that's on your roster, and we assume that they're on your team as well. So you click Confirm Mapping. Before, this was the final step. Now we have this additional step called Confirm Swimmers. And what this means is we show you out of the 837 swimmers we found in those 4 files, we think 123 of them have times that should be attributed to you. So no matter what you do here, whether you deselect everybody on all these tabs, all of the swimmers' times, even those 123 that we thought were yours in the beginning, will go onto those swimmers. The difference here is when you check swimmers here, these times will also be attributed to your team inside of Commit. So on the performance reports inside of Commit, when you do meet entries and best times and relays, all that stuff, the times will be there like as part of your team. Regardless of this checkbox, they will be on the swimmer's profile and on the swimmer's time history, just not attributed to your team. So we have a button here called Reset, which will reset it to what we thought initially based off of your team mapping. And then we show you, right now there's 19 swimmers on your active roster that were in these files. We're checking all of them. We're assuming they're all times that you want to attribute to your team. In active roster, we also found 103 swimmers here. These swimmers may be no longer on your team. Their results files from before. They're not on your team anymore, but they were, and we're going to attribute them to your team at that time. So when you go back in history and look at your team's times from 4 seasons ago, you will see these times there as well. And then there's one swimmer here, and you can go to checked only to filter down, that we didn't find on your roster at all, that was mapped to one of those teams. So you can deselect or select, or you can search. So you can search and find the swimmer and recheck them. You can search for swimmers if you know there's unattached swimmers that are on that you want to attribute times to your team. You can search them here and check them. And then at the end of the day, whatever this number is of these 837 swimmers, those are the times that will be attributed to your team. This helps when you're doing things like uploading a high school meet results file and you want times to count towards your team, or you're uploading times from a meet where a swimmer went and swam on like some sort of like all-star team or zone team or something like that. And they're actually under a different team code in the file than they normally would be. It's not your team. However, you want those times to count towards your team records or your team top times reports, all that fun stuff. You can have full control over that now at the ultimate granularity level, as opposed to before you could not. So let's go ahead and confirm these swimmers. And the results files upload, and bam, that's it.